Hello, Commander, and welcome to the next week of the Radio Sidewinder talk show. I'm Commander Felix Jefferson, and I'm joined by Commander.
Honorus Necis.
And once again, we are here to entertain you while you're flying through the black. So, like always, start off this week with the weekly power play highlights. This week, the Alliance gained two new systems, Dow Z and Ross 931, bringing a total of 88 preferred trading partners under the Alliance. Zachary Hudson made an appearance at the new Federal Navy base in the Frey system, while Vice President Brad Mitchell presided over the opening of another naval base in Lalande 37-120. President Felicia Winters was unable to secure support in Swali and Azugo last week, but a glimmer of hope still shines in these systems. Princess Aisling Duval has had a very successful week, gathering support for her aid campaign in the Ikono, the HIP 77470, and the Chinumar systems. Pranav Vintal established a presence in the Peregrina system this week. CEO Lee Yong-ri had to deal with another unexpected financial hiccup this week. Senator Denton Petraeus amassed an enormous budgetary surplus this week, and is likely to seek an expansion in his influence in several systems next week. Archon Delane's bid to take control of two systems was very unsuccessful this week, but the Kumo crew fleets remained undaunted. That's it for this week's Power Play highlights, and now we can get back to the regular discussion. What's first on the agenda this week?
Hearing a bit more about the Emperor's Dawn, I think. They're coming back into activity, I hear.
Oh, yeah, the little STEM groups are somewhere in the galaxy trying to get a hold back on what they once had.
Honestly, I'm not sure why they try. They're not very good at their jobs. They're not great pilots.
No.
Although I do hear that Code is affiliated with them, so they might be trying to cash in on that. But honestly, they should just stop. They're not doing a very good job, and they're not bringing a very good name to the Emperor's Dawn, or any faction they're affiliated with.
Right, yeah. And I mean, apparently the Federation is having tons of commanders, just going out there to fight them. So, I mean, they probably won't even be around for much longer. Even these little shadow cells will probably disappear by the end of the week.
Yeah, it's futile effort, to be honest.
Yeah, they say they're gonna try and usurp everyone in the Empire and the Federation to root out all the evil and all the corruption, but it just seems like a bunch of lies and made up stuff to me. Oh, but I did hear in response to all this barnacles and meta-alloys nonsense,
Yes.
it seems like Canon Research is having a little bit of a disagreement with one another.
Oh, scientists still do that. All they can do is argue, really.
Yeah.
What are they arguing about this time, though? I'm assuming it's the meta-alloys and the barnacles that were recently discovered.
Oh yeah. It seems to be the biggest thing over there right now. It seems like apparently they originally called for people to bring in more meta-alloys. I think this was Professor Ishmael Palin requested commanders to fly meta-alloys into Obsidian Orbital because it showed signs that these meta-alloys were fixing the technological problems. And then another professor came back and said, no, it's just all surface. It's going to harm all the systems they encounter and all that. It's just, it's pretty funny to look at when you're outside of it, but I bet it's actually gets pretty heated.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's possible that this second scientist, he might know something that we don't, but I think Canon needs to get their priorities straight, and they need to figure out what they want us commanders to be doing. To be honest, not to speak too poorly of them, but getting these conflicted messages can be a bit rough for us.
Right. Yeah. Especially since Obsidian Orbital and Meropa are like 300 or so light years away from the main hub of the bubble.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot of time that some commanders are taking out of their regular routine to get out there into the Pleiades and get all these barnacles and meta alloys and all that. So
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this canon. Maybe they're having a bit of a shake-up, but what I'm interested in is the meta alloys rather than canon's recent dramas. I'm curious to see what we're going to be able to do with these meta alloys and the advances in science that we can get out of these. And if they are repairing the orbital, can they be used for repair or reinforcement of our ships?
right, yeah, because that would be great to have even like a new set of either like armor upgrades or like even make new weapons or something for our ships.
For sure, yeah.
It would definitely upset the playing field with what is already, top dog with all the anacondas and corvettes and cutters and clippers and all that. I mean, if you come up against someone like in a Viper or something that has these meta alloys, is it gonna survive any longer than it would have normally or something? Or
I mean, it's a Viper.
yeah,
No, but I'll be interested to see if Canon can get organized and decide what they want us to do with these meta alloys, if they're safe to use, if they're going to be harmful, or if they can make some kind of breakthrough with them. I'll be very interested to see what they decide or what they can do with them, given their resources and given that almost all the commanders are going to be willing to help them out in their research with these meta alloys and with the barnacles.
right, yeah. Hopefully, it'll prove pretty fruitful for us, and we get our new technology or whatever it may be.
And they are doing good work
Oh yeah,
most of
for
the time,
sure.
just when they're not arguing with each other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they are arguing with each other for good reason. I mean, these meta alloys probably will, like we said, they will probably change the way we do stuff in the galaxy, whether it's related to our ships or related to all the technical problems that we've been experiencing throughout some of our starports and stuff. It'd be very interesting to find out what becomes of all this.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I hope Canon can sort out their little problems between each other. I understand that Canon's a bit different than most organizations, but hopefully they can figure out what the best thing for the bubble is in safety and in scientific advances, and we can move forward from there.
Right, yeah. Oh, what's this? Apparently, I just got some news that there was supposed to be a turbo hour endurance race that sadly just was denied funding. But it looks like the race will still be going on. That's I'm not entirely sure how they managed that.
Maybe less prizes, maybe less distance or something like that.
Yeah. Um, hmm. Well, apparently this race is going to be the 25th of January through the 12th of February. So still actually have no information on this race whatsoever. I just got the news right now. It's just been denied funding, but apparently they're still going to go through with it.
Just shows the power of the human spirit.
Right. And the last thing that I heard was something that Commander Blackbart told me about recently in a company meeting. Apparently, one certain Commander Orphy Boy reached out to the station requesting us to talk about an event that his group, the Crimson State Group, is putting together. Apparently, it's in the Lug system, and they're going to be having a huge cash prize. I think he said like 1,000,000 credits, or maybe it was 100 million. I don't even remember. Yeah, 100 million credits.
Wow.
For apparently helping the people of the Lug system fight the Lug Defense Force, which
That's a
apparently
lot of
is
credits to put down on something like a civil war.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he cites that
That's
the Lug Defense Force dictatorship is starting to collapse, and it would be nice if they had some help with the
well,
collapsing.
yeah. I mean, if you're a bounty hunter out there and you need a bit of a payday, might be time to check out the Lug system then, especially with the credits that are gonna be going on there for your helping out with that.
Right, yeah.
I might have to pay the Lug system a visit myself.
Yeah, seriously, that's a lot of credits. Could
For
get me
sure.
a new.
Do we know why this commander is aligning himself in such a way? Has he given us a reason why he's fighting for this side at all?
I mean, I wasn't told anything, but I mean, he probably has his own motives and uh, his reasons, but I mean, I'm not going to ask too many questions, especially with the amount of credits that are in the balance.
That's true. That's true. So if you are out there with no conscience and need some money, Luke system
Yeah.
might be the place to go.
Yep.
Now, commanders, if you're out in the black and you are feeling a little lonely, maybe, or just want to have a chat with someone, ask some questions, or if you're just listening to the Radio Sidewinder show and would like to heap praise upon us, the Commander's Lounge is the perfect place to go. You can talk with other commanders who are listening to Radio Sidewinder or not listening. You can heap us with praise, or you can, throw vitriol and hatred at us. Either way, as long as you're there and listening, we're happy to listen to you.
Oh yeah, yeah, and there's plenty of helpful commanders in there. I'm usually in there myself talking to people, and every day we get a new commander who comes in asking us questions, and we're always there to help. Just feel free to ask us anytime. And if you like what Radio Sidewinder is doing, you should check out our minor faction, which you can join and help spread the power of music and great talk shows throughout the galaxy. Head over there and join the crew, and we'll see you out in the black.
Yeah. I think that's everything for this week, Commander. We will see you next week. Fly safe.